So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the light.
Well, hello and welcome to the Subway JPW podcast. We also want to welcome our Northwoods BDA Group franchisees to this episode as well. My name is Michael Lentini. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for both Subway JPW and Northwoods. And this is Brandon Wilhelm. He is the development agent for Subway JPW and then one of the development agents for our Northwoods BDA territory. So today we have one topic. We're talking all about Big Refresh 1.0. We have a lot of exciting stuff. Some of it you've heard already. And today we're going to just overview, first of all, what it is and what success looks like. And then Brandon is going to be talking about the why behind the Big Refresh. And then we're going to close with the training and support that our teams will be providing throughout the region. So I'll get started with what is Big Refresh and what does success look like. So first of all, Big Refresh is 11 new and improved ingredients. You've likely heard this already. We've got 6 new or returning sandwich additions and 4 new improved sandwiches. And what's important about this, or unique, is that I think that we are, to my knowledge, the only brand that's rolled out something like this to scale, right?
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing I could think of is back when Domino's came out and told everybody that their pizza was terrible and they were going to redo that and improve all their ingredients and all that kind of stuff. That's probably the closest thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
Now, we weren't in that Domino's cellar of bad food, so that's not really necessary. But we do need to improve the core, and it's important to do that. So yeah, it's going to be a big deal. So it's hard to manage. We're trying to manage SKU reduction and SKU improvement and that sort of thing all at the same time. But so it's a big deal.
Yeah. So I want to be real clear up front too, and let's just talk about what success looks like and how we're going to measure it, how you can measure it in your restaurants when you execute. And so first of all, it's perfect bread. That bread is baked at 370 and it is scored, and you're using the bread template to make sure that it is a golden brown color 100% of the time. Second thing is fresh ingredients. New proteins are fluffed. The turkey and the ham is prepped correctly. You're going to hear about a training, hands-on training here at the end of the episode and how you're going to be able to get some hands-on training. And then also knowing new builds such as the Cali Fresh. The third way that we will measure success is through clean restaurants. The new POP, we got a chance to see it in Dallas the other day. It looks awesome. It's going to be impossible for a customer to walk into our restaurant and not know and see that something is new. So we need to make sure that the POP is up perfectly. I want to pause. Don't miss this. For POP, if it's not done right, don't do it. So if, for example, the balloons, if there's no place to hang the balloons, or your security sensors might go off at night and you can't disarm the motion sensor, don't do it. Don't put them up. Or if the balloons deflate, throw them away. Okay, so we're going to do it and we're going to do it right. We're going to do it well.
Don't let the new fresh stuff look bad. It's got to be done right. If you got a really huge restaurant and dining area, you're going to be able to have room for everything.
Yeah, and don't overthink where to place it. So there's going to be a guide on where to place these things, but ultimately we want them to look good. So when you place them in restaurants, take a picture of it and put it in your group chats. Every region, every market has a franchisee group chat. So put it in there and help your peers out. The fourth way we will measure success is through friendly and knowledgeable team. Greeting within 3 seconds, reminding our team to do that. Closing includes a thank you and even an invitation to come back. And then just discussing during toaster talk, discussing the new products.
If somebody asks one of your sandwich artists, what's new about the turkey? They should know what's new about the turkey. Make sure that they get that training, that they get that information. What's new about the avocado? It's clean label. The only ingredients are avocado and sea salt. Stuff like that. The more I know, it's tough to get. Sometimes our employees to know this kind of stuff, but that kind of training, those quick talking points, really important.
Absolutely. And the final way we will measure success is through building sales. And so getting in the habit of upgrading customers to a footlong at the point of sale. What kind of footlong can I make for you today? Secondly, just recommending the new builds, such as the new Cali Fresh, and also recommending make it a meal. So 5 ways we're going to measure success, and we're going to execute this really, really well in our region. Brandon, you're next, and you're going to talk about why. Why are we doing this? Why is all this important?
So the biggest thing is we need to improve our core. We need to regain some credibility. I think we need to regain some pride in our restaurants. We've been talking for quite a while about, oh man, we need better bread. Well, I'm telling you, this is better bread. It may not be your perfect bread, okay, but it is far and away better than what we've had before. It holds up to toasting better. It's got more flavor. It's got to improve shelf life, all this kind of stuff. So there are some big improvements. Now, don't go be a naysayer because you personally may not like the bread as much. The overwhelming evidence is that the customers and the consumers all found it to be better. So, and we tested this in the Northwoods area too, and every single one of our test stores up there wanted to keep this bread because it does hold up better. It is tastier. It's got more flavor. The crust is better. The chew, the stretch, all this kind of stuff is better on it. So that's the biggest thing. We've got to start with our core products and start with bread. But we've been talking about for years and years and years and years. Leadership was we've got to be. Our main competition is QSR. It's McDonald's. It's Wendy's. It's Taco Bell. Burger King. All that kind of stuff. And because we share 80% of our customers with McDonald's. That hasn't changed, okay? We still need to compete in that arena. And the research says that we actually, as far as food that people crave, customer service, friendliness, overall atmosphere of the restaurants, we still are much, much better than those guys. We beat all the burger guys. We beat the taco whatever stores. We're better than basic QSR. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge that we've lost some market share to some of our newer competition. And part of that is, they've got brand new stores and brand new restaurants and they're paying high dollar rents, and our stores haven't been remodeled for sometimes 10, 12 years. So there's certainly part of that is just where we are as a system and brand when we get some of these things, so many stores looking better, refreshed, remodeled. That's going to make a difference. But we do need to acknowledge that we need to improve our food. And that's one of the issues is improving our bread, improving our protein quality. We have to steal back some of this market share for some of these guys that have risen up and stolen market share in the sandwich segment over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Okay. So leadership is focusing. Yes, we need to continue to beat QSR. We need to beat McDonald's and some of these things, but we've got these other sandwich competitors now, and you guys can reference the charts. We're not going to show all the charts and the data on this podcast because but we want you to check that out on the feed. It's in there. Yeah. And we'll show it to you in person when we get together. Or on conference calls. Things like that. Yeah, we'll share that kind of data. And we've probably shown it to you before, but where we are compared to some of these places as far as consumer research, we need to be better. That's what we're doing. It's going to take a little bit to convince customers that we're better, okay? The new advertising for the brand refresh is one of the brand ambassador group. I'm telling you, it's exciting. Okay, the marketing is gonna be cool. It's going to get the message across in a different way than what we've been. It's not cheesy. It's fun. I'm telling you, I'm excited for you guys to see that. Can't share that with you yet, but the other brand ambassador people not NASF, but FAF, the people that have seen it on FAF, they're excited about too. So. But we have to execute in the restaurant. We have to be successful with what we do in the restaurant. And it's going to be, we can't just tell all of our customers, hey, everything's great. You can, come back to us because everything's awesome. We fixed it. This is going to be a continuous improvement thing. We gotta execute in stores. We've got to make sure that we hold up our end of the bargain in the stores. And then our customers will realize, hey, Subway is doing what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to make it better, and they are making it better. Yeah. They're making it more friendly. They've improved their food. I think our staff, if as owners, as franchisees, we're excited about that new product. We're taking some more pride in what we deliver to our customers. So will our staff. They will also take more pride in it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that's a good segue into our last segment of this episode, and to talk about training and how we're going to support you. Now, there are two parts to this. First is what you can be doing now and what you should be doing now. And the second part is how we're partnering with you in that. And so FWH has put together some very short but very informational sub-university classes. The first one is bread. That is available. It should be completed. If you have not completed it, I need for you to invest 10 minutes of your time into making sure that we're across the region baking perfectly golden brown consistent bread 100%
What do they
of the
say in
time.
Dallas? Air a little bit darker in the color. You get more structure and stuff like that. So
it was like natural to find that, oh, we're turning up the temperature, so we must be turning down the time. That's not the case. It's not. So don't make that mistake. Make sure you watch that bread baking video. The second video that is now available and has been for about a week and a half is the thin sliced meats video. That is going to be incredibly important for you to complete, because we are building the sandwiches differently with some of these new meats. And so you're going to, and also to watch that video and understand the why and what is different. That's going to give you the answer when a customer comes in and says, what's different about your turkey? So that's the second class. Third class is going to be called declutter and cleaning. And that's going to be available in the near future. That'll be available, I believe, at the end of May. So don't let these stack up. Be proactive. Invest 10 minutes in bread. Next week, invest 10 minutes in the thin sliced meats. And then sometime in the near future, you're going to invest another 10 minutes in the declutter and clean restaurants. Okay. So that's training that you need to be looking for and need to be completing yourself. Any questions on that, contact your field consultants. Secondly is what are we going to do about it? How are we partnering with you? Well, I'm happy to announce that we are going to have 10 in-person training location sites from Rockford, Illinois to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Okay. So obviously registration, and there's some restrictions on how many people are going to be able to host depending on the venue. And so register, you're going to want to sign up quickly. Now, what if you say like, well, I don't feel comfortable being in a setting like that to get the hands-on training. Okay. This isn't me just presenting on a stage or Brandon presenting on a stage. This is hands-on training with the product. And if you say, well, I'm not really comfortable getting in a setting like that, that's okay. We are going to live stream these as well. So through live stream, it's not going to be as good as being in person, but at least it's better than nothing. So the locations, I don't know if we'll do all of them, but some of the locations we'll live stream them. You'll be able to watch in, ask your questions live through that. The last thing I'll say on training is, of course, I called a bunch of franchisees and just asked them, and they kind of helped us with building this training and how we were going to do it. So in asking them, the most consistent thing I heard, to no surprise, was, yes, I'd love to attend. Yes, I'd love my team to attend, but I just don't know I have enough staff. I just don't know if my manager, if I can ask them to do one more thing. And what I'll say to that is, well, number one, we're going to offer it multiple times at multiple locations, but then also this might be the thing that you need, or maybe the thing that your manager needs to inspire them or to re-inspire them or to get them excited about what they do professionally. And so I hope you're able to attend. Register when you see the links. We're going to send those out very soon. And that's that. Brandon, I'll let you close.
I think it's important. So we got our hands on them new products yesterday, the other day down in Dallas. And it is, I think it's important. If you can be there in person, we are gonna still promote social distancing and keep everything safe, gloves and masks and all that kind of stuff, just like, and hand sanitizer. We're gonna be doing all that stuff. So if you can make it, then please try to get there. I think it does make a difference. Again, I know that we've gone several rounds over the past several years. We've had changes in leadership. We've had changes in marketing. We've had lots of different strategy changes over the last, after the last 7-10 years that, we've been struggling with getting our customer counts back to where they need to be. I know that there is a staffing struggle. Hopefully some things will get better as unemployment, benefits wind down, and also with school getting out with kids who are not eligible for those kind of things. Will hopefully help improve our staffing levels as well. But with all the changes that we've been making, and ideas that worked, ideas that didn't work, this is something different. Big Refresh 1.0 is the first time we've made major upgrades to our core and improvements to our core across the whole system. And the way that we are going to be telling our guests about it is different than when we've done it before. This isn't. This is what we've needed, really. People have asked me for however long. Well, Panera doesn't do this that Subway is doing, or Jersey Mike's doesn't do this that Subway is doing. Well, now there's a reason for that, and the research has showed us that what consumers think about where we are and where we need to get to in order to be able to do some of these other things that some of these other brands are doing and not do some of the things we've done in the past. So, we want to. The goal is not to have a bunch of discounts and all that kind of stuff. Sure, there's going to be coupons that still happen, but we need to up our game. We need to improve the food, improve the quality of the experience in the restaurants. And I think this will help get a little bit more pride of ownership back in the restaurants, and that will filter down to our staff. And I think it will give our customers a better experience. But we need people to be excited about this. We need people to buy into it. I know that we can strip these things and break them down until they fall apart if we want to. And that's what'll happen. It'll fall apart and it won't work. Or we can really try to pull together. And even though we may not like every single aspect of what's going on, we can try to make the situation the best that we can instead of trying to criticize it to death. So I hope that everybody can get on board with that, participate in the training, watch the videos, and we're going to try to pull this thing off and start stealing back what we've been missing from our competition a little bit.
Yeah, that training, I don't think I said it, but that training is going to be available in May. So we're going to give you plenty of notice ahead of time where they're going to be and all that kind of stuff, but be looking for those training sites in May.
All right.
Thanks for tuning
everybody.
in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Subway JPW podcast, a creative approach to communication designed to keep you informed, connected, and equipped. To receive notifications when new episodes are available, select subscribe below. Thanks for all you do, and continue to create great.